Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Zach coming to you from My Freedom Smokes here today to talk to you about the MuTANK by Indulgence, which is one of the newer sub-tanks out there. If you don't know Indulgence, they're the people that have made the Mutation X, the very popular Mutation X. And this is their shot at a sub-ohm tank with pre-built coils and an RBA head that comes with it. The setup itself comes with a dual coil and then an extra dual coil and then the RBA head. Pyrex glass, some extra O-rings, and a vape band if you like vape bands. It comes with a Indulgence vape band, which is pretty cool. The coils themselves are what I was most impressed about because they are massive coils. I don't know if you're I don't know if you're familiar with the TFV4, how big those coils are, but these coils definitely are about the same size, if not bigger in diameter in some. I'm using the dual coil right now. I have used the twisted coil and the Clapton coil, both great coils. The dual coil so far has been my second favorite. The Clapton was probably my first favorite because the flavor in the Clapton was amazing. But the performance out of all three coils is great. The RBA head is also it's a great RBA head. A lot of room to work with. Still very tedious though. Most RBA heads are very tedious to work with. But the one thing I was impressed most about with the RBA head is the juice channels in that thing are massive. Some of the biggest I've seen in any RBA head. Each coil, each replacement pre-built coil is recommended to run between 30 to 150 watts. I will say that with all three coils that I've tried, I have not really got much performance out of them until I hit about 50 to 60 watts. Between 30 and 40, you're still getting some vapor, you're still getting some flavor, but the flavor and the vapor starts to really pop out at about 50 to 60 watts. I'm running mine at 90 watts right now, which is perfect for it. I love it. The tank itself has amazing flavor, all three coils, like I said, but the Clapton's where I got the best flavor. Airflow control, pretty nice, not tight, not too loose. It is adjustable like it should be. It is a top fill, which I do like also. I like how the top cap itself screws into the chimney, so it completely seals off everything. I haven't had any leaking issues with it, so I don't suspect you're gonna have any leaking issues with it. But yeah, I do like that the cap itself does screw into the chimney, seals everything completely off. And I'll take a hit of it so I can show you guys what this thing can really put out. I'll crank it up to about 100 watts. And the resistance on the dual coils, my Sigeli 150 TC is reading it at about a 0.31, which is pretty good. I believe that the twisted coils read out of close to the same, maybe like a 0.4. But the Clapton coil for me read out to about a 0.6. And if you're using a regulated device at like a Sigeli 150 TC, the volts for this device and most devices that I've used, like especially with the Sigelis, they stop at about 7.5 volts. And with the Clapton reading out to a 0.6, I noticed that about 88 watts is where it topped out to 7.5 volts. So there's no reason to even really bump it up to 150 even if you want, because it's not going to be pushing out power. It's not going to be pushing out 150 watts truly. As you can see, the vapor production from this tank is great. Ton of flavor. Another thing, it's aesthetically pleasing, which is good. You know, doesn't hurt the eyes. There's nothing there that shouldn't be there. There's not, too much to it. It's sleek. It's nice. There's no unnecessary grooves where there shouldn't be, anything like that. That's pretty much about it for this tank. Like I said, I've only messed around with the three coils and the rebuildable head. I don't know if we'll get a close-up on the rebuildable head or anything like that, but we might do a video on that. I'm not sure. But the rebuildable head's easy to use. If you're used to rebuildable heads, then you're going to just fall into that pretty easily. It's not too difficult. For the users, beginner to expert, I'd say if you have plans on using a rebuildable head, then this is for people that have been vaping for a couple months. They're getting into the rebuilding, have been rebuilding for a while. I recommend So like a novice user for the rebuildable head. Beginners, this is a beginner-friendly tank if you're using the replacement coils. But I would start at about 30 to 40 watts just to kind of get used to it, because this thing does chuck and it hits hard. So yeah, I think between beginners and expert, it's pretty good for both. Experts, I feel like, are gonna love this tank. Yeah, that's the Indulgence MuTank. So look for it on our website, and yeah, that's about it. Again, this is Zach from My Freedom Smokes, and I hope all you beautiful people have a great day.